In the meantime, we got to talk about, Roy, your other team, because these guys, the drama in Qatar, but they came back and it was tough. It took a lot to get this done against North Korea, but there were two major moments, obviously, I want to talk about. And number one is Mr. Fayzullaev, Asian young player of the year, continues to score for Uzbekistan. And the other thing is, how uncanny is this? Last match, North Korea, Uzbekistan, penalty for North Korea, save. Today, Uzbekistan, North Korea, penalty for North Korea, save. Mr. Yusupov getting it done.
Unbelievable game. This was a joyride, an absolute roller coaster to watch. And at the end there, man, I really thought North Korea was going to get the tie after the red card. Who got the red card? It was Eshmurilov got the red card. And it was just such an unbelievable ending. I didn't think it would be as close as it was. But at the end, the better team won. And at the end, a phenomenal player was the reason they won. And that gorgeous goal he scored. Again, he continues to rise for this team. But this game was close, man. This game was really, really close. From long stretches, I thought North Korea was the better team. It was a really, really tough outing for Uzbekistan. They should be more than thrilled that they got the 3 points, Rahi.
Yeah, but that's what a superstar player can do for you, right? That's what can make the difference. In Asia right now, the margins are very small. These teams are very competitive. That's why you're seeing so many strange results. And in the end, Uzbekistan has done what they needed to do. I mean, they survived. Don't get me wrong. They survived. But in the end, Fayzullaev is the guy. And he's an incredible player. And that sometimes is all you need to make the difference.
You got to give credit to the goalie, though. I mean, come on, like that he like saves a penalty in that moment. That's so that changed the match. I mean, that's it. Because, otherwise, and it keeps Uzbekistan in that second position. The team that's, of course, in their first position. Well, Roy, anything more to say about Uzbekistan before we move on?
I just love the performance. I love this wonderful young player. I think he's going to continue to rise. I think he's going to eventually become one of the top players in Asia. I think he's part of that conversation already right now. But Uzbekistan better watch out, man. Look who's breathing down their necks. The 5-0 winners, UAE. Unbelievable performance against Qatar. But they are 3 points behind, but ahead on goal differential and ahead on goals for. So one slip up and they drop down.
It's very interesting. We want to talk about what's happened to the rise in terms of UAE and Mr. Fabio de Lima, who scored 4 goals. He scored 4 goals today. It was absolutely unbelievable performance by him, scoring 4 goals. And then Qatar. Rahi, where the heck? What's going on here? Like, what's happened?
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't have been surprised. Qatar has not looked good this entire qualification. They had a little bit of a false dawn in the last game, thanks to some help from extra injury time. But I think this is just what we've seen. This is not a team that's particularly good anymore. They were not good in the World Cup, let's be honest. They really didn't play well. And so we've seen this coming for a while. This is a team that
just won the Asian Cup. They just won the Asian Cup.
Yeah, true.
so this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's like, yeah, you can say that, but they just won the Asian Cup. So basically, like, and I think what the Emirates did in this particular match, which is, you got to give a lot of credit, is right from the beginning, it was like a nonstop barrage, right?
Yeah.
And so that's sort of, I think the bigger story here is maybe not the fall of Qatar, but what Paulo Bento has done for this Emirates team. Suddenly it's like it's a team on a mission.
Yeah, just the final note on Qatar is that, this team is really 2 players, right? And it has been 2 players for a long time. And those players are when they don't perform, you're in a bit of trouble. When you realize, like, Almoez Ali is the guy, right? And this is the team, right? And that's who they rely on. So
Akram Afif and
Afif as well, yes.
Yeah.
Any team who relies on 1 or 2 guys is bound to face situations like this. They're bound to have horrific games. We see it all over the soccer world. If you're relying on 1 or 2 guys, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed here and there. We saw that today. But let's focus on Fabio de Lima, man. This guy has been tearing it up for Al Wasl for over a decade, and he becomes naturalized as a UAE citizen, and he just tore Qatar apart. It was unbelievable. I would say Brazil messed up by not calling up this guy. This guy plays better than Vinicius Jr., man. Vinicius Jr. can't even get a freaking goal for Brazil. Look at Lima.
He's not a young man. He's not a
He's
young man.
not. He's 31, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I know. I don't know. 10 years ago, maybe Brazil was in a different state than they are today, but they can definitely lose him today. Yeah.
Everyone they could get.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, what a disastrous national team.
Yeah, so that's going to be a battle between UAE and Uzbekistan. Finishing it off, of course, guys, the team that's at the top, and they're probably going to be joining us here in the US is, of course, Iran. Again, we're in a situation where they go up 2-0. Things are looking great, but then Kyrgyzstan comes back 2-2, and then they found a way to get it done. Is this, again, we have to see, are those the signs that show resilience and you take the positive, or is it like, okay, we blew another lead?
It's hard to say, isn't it? It's very difficult to say. The one thing I will say is they like to make their games entertaining for their fans. So they love to dial up the entertainment. You know, when the game gets too boring, they decide to give up a couple goals and then they start playing again. Honestly, at this point, I'm not sure because they're going to qualify for the World Cup and they're going to do it, I think, pretty comfortably. And we'll see. I think there's definitely cracks in the armor. But in the end, Roy, you need to get these wins, and they are winning these games.
They're winning pretty much all of their games. They haven't lost a single game. They've only drawn one game. I think they're the best team points-wise in the region, minus Japan, if I'm not mistaken.
Even on points with Japan,
even,
yeah,
because
same.
Japan is tied one game.
Yeah, 16. Both have 16 points. Yeah,
yeah. But this team is a joy to watch, guys. This team, it's must-watch television. Yeah. You want to get up early to watch Iran play. They are such a joy. They have tremendous players. Taremi is amazing. Hardani played a great game. It's just beautiful to watch the way this team plays. They have this gorgeous style. They're relentless in the attack. And I think the fact that Kyrgyzstan came back and just was so close to getting away with 1 point it's the strength of the region. Not the strength, but the parity of the region. There's a lot of parity here. There's teams that are on the bottom who are rising up, teams at the top who sometimes stoop to their levels. And that's what makes this region incredible.
Yeah. It's been an incredible ride for Asia, for the Asian World Cup qualifiers. A little bit of a longer video today, but we wanted to finish it off for the year since this is the last time we're going to get to see these qualifiers this year. Guys, there's a lot of awesome stories that have come out from the Asian World Cup qualifiers. Still a lot to take shape. Japan, Iran probably heading to the World Cup, but beyond them, a lot of teams out there. We're waiting for Roy to get his Uzbekistan jersey. He's got the Indonesian shirt on. Guys, take it away. Finish off the Asian World Cup qualifier World Cup review video. For those of you enjoying these videos, please subscribe to the channel. Keep watching the beautiful game.